You see, we've earned respect night after night, year after year, giving it everything we've got. The blood, the sweat, and the tears for this business because we love it. And we've earned it. And you're looking at the best.
I get it, I re-up, I jump up, I go out and get it. Show them the vibe, but they still don't get it. Yeah. I told them cash.
Hi!
Welcome back, people and peopledom.
On to the next. So meanwhile, in New York, Kai's in trouble. CENAT, right? Lovely name. We had a picture on our stories, a video, sorry, on our stories once upon a time of a boy in a shower cap. And he was singing out of the window, you look so dumb right now. Standing outside your house. That's what he's done with a shower cap on, opening the curtain, doing some Vine video, whatever he was doing. This boy grows up to be a huge YouTuber, influencer, and a big, massive gamer on Twitch.
Okay.
So, yes, my love. So this one's gone down to New York, to Union Square, and said he's going to give away some Xboxes or PlayStations or some stuff. But it wasn't even true. When I tell you the bad man of all the geeks came out that day, they came out in their droves, yeah? The computer mandem, the keyboard mandem, the computer game mandem came out in their droves out there and then start jump on car. I saw one boy and I'm like, you look like the pastor's son. What are you doing there on top of the roof of the car? He's gone on top of the roof of the car, stepped on the car, stamped on the roof of the car like when Arsenal won the double bubble back in the day. And then stamped on the bonnet of the car, and then all of the people down there were going, look at him going like, you're a hero. You're a real boy. I'm thinking this is so like fake anarchist, half-hearted anarchist. And they actually smashed down a whole heap of stuff. They made bare damage. They let off fire extinguisher things in the street that the firemen use in America. Yeah, so Kai's been arrested now for causing disorder from him telling people to come and link him. Not that he knew that all the people were going to come.
On what platform did he tell people to come and link him?
Let me see. I'm not sure. Let me see what they say. Oops.
Now at 11, chaos in Union Square.
They just went up on right here, walking against traffic, like raging.
From climbing on top of a subway station roof to spraying a fire extinguisher, a crowd of thousands turns destructive after a social media giveaway goes horribly wrong.
This event grew exponentially.
We heard some flash bombs going off. We saw firecrackers being set off.
Tonight, a sea of damage, debris, and a jarring reminder of the sheer power of social media.
We have encountered things like this before, but it's never to this level of dangerousness where young people would not listen.
Good evening, I'm Maurice Dubois.
And I'm Christine Johnson. Tonight, the cleanup is underway after that mob of thousands of young people got out of control. People packed the streets in a dangerous scene, so concerning subway trains had to bypass Union Square.
Tonight, 65 people are under arrest, including 30 juveniles. NYPD says city property and private cars were damaged and several people are recovering from injuries tonight. The influencer who sparked the mayhem is now facing charges, including inciting a riot.
We have team coverage of what happened, how police responded, and the role of social media in this mess. Let's begin with Alice Gaynor, live in Union Square, where the chaos unfolded. Alice.
At this hour, East 14th Street behind me has reopened to traffic. The Department of Sanitation spent hours cleaning up the mess left behind by the thousands of people who gathered here. Over my shoulder over here, contractors are putting the finishing touches on repairs at this construction site, which was heavily damaged today. Around 1:30 this afternoon, a crowd started forming in Union Square after social media influencer CENAT posted about a gaming system giveaway there. By 3 p.m., the NYPD said.
Okay, so he posted on a platform that you're doing a big social media giveaway. That's like saying that you're having a party but with giveaways.
So I would partly hold that. I'd hold him accountable, but I'd hold the social platform accountable as well. Because if it's a big, like, you know, live event or whatever it is in an open space and whatnot, like, they should know, you know, there should be some way of vetting what a social media influencer is saying on the platform if it's something to do like with a public space or something. So for something big, usually like in this country, in the UK, if you're doing something big like an event in an open space, like say for instance Notting Hill Carnival, I'm sure like that they have to go to the council, get this sorted out, that sorted out, because it's, you know, it's a big thing with people and the public and whatnot. So there should be a way of these platforms being able to vet people saying those sorts of things to make sure that they have gone through the right processes. Next one. Another hoax. Lil Tay is dead at 14 years old.
Oh, for goodness sake. Oh, listen, I went on the internet after seeing these people jumping up and down off buildings and cars and doing all this nonsense. And I see this little girl. We spoke about her the other day. She's a little girl from Canada who was going out there and pretending that she was like an influencer off the back of Tekashi 6ix9ine. She was going to her mum's workplace, fronting and flossing with the people them's things and telling us that we all need to get a job because we're all broke and she can pay our rent with her eyes closed and she's a young millionaire. And she apparently said that she came from nothing, she built herself up, and by the age of 11 or 12 she's a millionaire. And it turned out that her brother was making her do it. Her mum lost her job because all of the stuff was at people them's house and car they were showing on all the viral videos, but she went around everywhere as a sensation. How many years later she gets to 14 and they said that the dad, who was a lawyer, said that he doesn't really want to do it, but they said there's some stuff on the home on the home where people said, oh, I hope this little girl's okay. She's annoying, but I hope she's okay. Then two dudes, they turned around and said Lil Tay. So imagine you scroll up from Oxford Street and the next thing on your thing is Lil Tay's dead at 14. You're like, oh, for goodness sakes, what more? And you're like, oh no, this little girl, I know she was annoying, but goodness sakes, no one doesn't want you to die.
Yeah.
And then two dudes, everyone's thinking, oh no, she's dead, and then someone's come along and said, oh, there was an incident that happened somewhere near Wishlist where 2 kids died in a boating accident because the brother was supposed to have died. That's what everyone's saying, how can the brother and the little girl be dead?
Yeah.
What happened to them? Did they go out together? Was it a car crash? What was it? Then the next day we all wake up, I'm alive, I'm not dead. Wow. And when they asked the dad what was going on, he said that he used all these long felt words to say that it's his job to let everybody know the truth, but he cannot confirm or deny whether or not the information that's gone out is true or not, even though it was posted on her social media page by the family. But apparently she said she got hacked.
Oh, please.
Girl.
Oh, please. This is just another one of those scenarios where those influencers are creating hype and hysteria around something that's put out to focus on themselves, and there's just no substance to it whatsoever.
If my dentist wasn't so expensive, I would have kissed my teeth so far that my teeth probably would have flung out, because this is so ridiculous. And they said that they feel that it's inspired off the back of the other idiot, Miss Clarissa, from the other day. And it's like, oh, look what they're doing. No, seriously, deep this now, babe. Deep this. The ones in the West End said, look what they're doing. The ones in New York said, look what they're doing. The ones in the social media say, look what they're doing. And they're influencers who hang around with celebrities, but are still not famous, but still enough to know better.
Yeah.
So where does it end?
That's ridiculous, babes. That is so silly. And the thing is, though, what gets on my nerves about these scenarios is that they're taking away from people who really need like the help and support and whatever, because all those emergency services, police and whatever else, they could be helping people who really need the help and going to attend to those emergencies and stuff. And these foolish kids or whatever are just doing foolishness.
It's bad because I feel like it's like a pack of boobies who don't really know what they're doing. I mean, babe, there's young who doesn't know what they're doing, and there's young that if you ask them the same question and you flip the question around, they don't know what you're talking about, yet they gave you an answer that sounded like they did a minute ago.
Exactly.
Are you not scared?
I am scared. I'm scared. I think with each generation, the brain cells are just like
Dying.
they're dying, man.
It's certain skills that are no longer being exercised. Like when I watch something about the Homo sapiens, because I know I love a bit of history. You know I love a bit of history.
Yeah.
I'm sitting there like, why did we start on 4 feet and now we're on 2? What was the benefit of going from 4 foot to on the 4 foot? You can swing on the trees, do whatever you're doing, go and do that, go and get a banana from up there, do whatever you're doing. Now we're on 2 foot. They got off the street to go and run around and do foolishness and jump on people's cars.
Exactly. You know, and things that people worked hard for, you know, rather than evolution, there's devolution.
Devolution, my friend. What is it again?
You know what I'm saying?
What was it again?
Rather than evolution, there's devolution.
Devolution, Taras. What the hell?
I don't know what's going on. WTF.
Wow, that must have come from the ancestors coming up. That came from the ancestors. That came from the ancestors. Time's up.
All right. Next. Next topic. Next foolishness. Montgomery Riverfront Brawl results in arrest warrants and more.
This is a story of foolishness that turned into celebration and community spirit at its finest. Oh, girl. Montgomery is a place in Alabama in the States, and they are historically known for a lot of racial tension back in the day. People are coming on top and just standing for their rights. And you've got a whole lot of people who will not, you know, have stood up for civil rights. And you've got a whole lot of people who are stuck back in the times, but they're all trying to get on in the modern days in that community. So you had a riverboat going out doing a historical tour about, you know, whatever the historical place is about. Like, say you went to Liverpool and they told you the history of the Merseyside and the boats coming in and going out and whatever.
Yeah.
Or you went to Bristol like you did the other day and you told me about the rich history over there. So they're on the boat going, and then there's a family who were there, but they'd been to apparently they'd been at a Donald Trump rally not too long before. I'd been in exactly the same place. Make it make sense. So what's happened is there's a family there, and they've got their boat in the dock where the actual boat is on the tour meant to park up. 45 minutes later, they've not moved. So the man on the boat's gone, and he's told them, you've got to move because they need to park here. You turn around. One guy's arguing with him. Next thing you know, he's thrown his hat in the air like Ric Flair. And he goes, this is the man up in the air. That was some symbol up in the air like the flags of the Bulls. You a brownie or a guide?
A brownie.
He was a brownie, right? So imagine you put the flag up on the mast, right? Up. He's put the hat up on the mast like it was something special. Woo! The fight is ensuing. 2 of these hooligans have 3 minutes. Sorry. That was an alarm that was set that's meant to go off at the time, and I thought it was a timer, but it wasn't.
Oh,
yeah. So we've got another 3 minutes, right?
Okay.
So the man was fighting him, and the 2 come on, and they try to give him like a headline, neckline, choke line around his neck like a monkey swinging. And they rushed the man, and then all of a sudden, all the people from all around came from nowhere. Like they said, it was like Wakanda had just come from underneath the sea in that place. And a little boy, they call him Aquaman, and one of many names, jumped off the boat, ran across the river, swam in his shoes, jumped on the side to go and help the bigger man who was getting rushed by the other guys. Then people came from here, there, everywhere. Everyone's swinging, everyone's fighting, chairs are swinging, people are getting clotheslined. It was a madness. Then people have said, oh no, look how he's starting to try and retreat on their boat.
Yeah.
And they've got in their boat, and the 3 men that were coming along and said, where are you going? You can't do stuff like that. Whoop their asses. Then the wives have come in and tried to fight and whoop their asses. Then the 2 aunties on the side, they said, you're not whooping their asses. And they've whooped their asses too. So everyone's whooped everybody's asses. And in the end, there's been many arrests. There's a lot of stuff going on, but there's so many people on TikTok that are so ashamed at the incident and so proud of the young boy who saw an older colleague getting rushed and jumped across and swam across the river to jump up the side and go and fight the people there.
Oh, wow. Because the thing is, I don't know about over there, but in this country, people would just turn the other way, you know?
Yeah. I tell you what, they turn the other way, but if this is not a black or white thing, it ends up being a titled Egypt mother mofo thing, because I've been in an incident before where, big up Liam, I have to big him up all day, every day. My neighbour, where he you know, like without a doubt, without a thought, nothing.
Yeah.
This little brown girl in the rings back. So I ain't saying to you that it's about necessarily a race thing. It's when you see something as an out of order thing.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's the thing when, how far do we go in helping people? It's the other discussion. It's the guy, for example, the guy who licked the woman with the garden chair over her head because she was attacking someone else, but apparently she'd attacked his daughter. And he was coming there on some red eye thing. He just seen it, and he's just like, nah. It's like happening. Swung the chair, but everyone's seen him. So they were looking for the guy with the chair, but now they've made the chair an official, like hold it up in the air kind of thing to commemorate what happened and people coming together and unity. So so they've called him the little boy Aquaman, and he's been getting sent money, and everyone said, buy yourself some new trainers. More young people should be like this. And it shows that young people aren't just all like pieces of pop. So we're gonna call him Fish Fry because he swims like a fish, and he's only 16, so he's a small fry who can swim like a fish, and who doesn't like a good fish fry?
Oh, that's nice. That's nice, you know.
Yeah,
that's a nice one, Neats.
The clock's ringing. Our time's up. So next one, babe.
Next, Tory Lanez sentenced to 10 years for shooting Megan Thee Stallion in the foot.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
Bloody hell, that's still going on?
Babe, that's what everyone was saying. I was doing something and I must have been minding my own business, and I just see something come up live. Tory Lanez has just been sentenced to 10 years. I threw that up on my stories. Listen, they came out of that call. By the time they come out the call, I already was screen recording and had it flung up on my stories. Shout out to Nika Knight. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Out there because they've been following it. And these YouTubers who are now going to probably become the new kind of, not the news, but in the future when we're not sure whether it's AI or not, they might be the people that confirm whether or not it is or not, because we're going to have this, you know, between the news and what's there, and then these people will be on the ground saying, you let us in, it's a public place, we need to see. So that was something revolutionary for this type of case, that a whole load of social media influencers who report and comment would go down there and go and see what's going on. So many people have things to say about the verdict. Some people think it's too high. Some people think it was extreme. Some people say that this is a justice to show that even if somebody's your friend or your loved one, you can't just go doing stuff like that, because if she had died, what happened then?
Exactly. What if she couldn't walk again or something like that? Do you know what I mean as well?
And how could you pay for that when her career is just like being on her feet and doing what she does?
Exactly.
You're going to be the one who, every time they do a tribute to Megan Thee Stallion, you're going to be the one, when they push her out in the wheelchair, they're going to be thinking about you every single time.
Exactly.
I was like, you don't want that. You wouldn't be able to live with that.
Exactly. Yeah, I do feel like a lot of these stars do feel, you know, they kind of think that they're above the law. Some of them. So I guess this is brought him back down to reality, I guess.
Yeah.
With a big fat 10-year bump.
It will be a number that will probably sit better with the people who kind of like are his fandom. So they've separated themselves from being in that position. They're just seeing it as if he's a guy who, he's not somebody who would do something. He's not somebody who would cause trouble or go out there. He hasn't got an ill bone in his body in that respect. He doesn't wake up in the morning with a malicious intent. But as somebody who did something that quite possibly may influence somebody to think that it's okay.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly. These people have such, you know, huge influence in their fan bases and whatnot. Exactly. You can't like portray that it's all right to just go around waving your gun around and shooting somebody for what? I don't know what she said to him or whatever, even if it's rude or out of order. You don't shoot people for it. Do you know what I mean?
And you know what makes me worried? That if we come to a time where that's how you resolve if someone says something to you that you don't like.
Well, this is what happens, isn't it, in real life, day to day, on a daily? You know what I mean? You get people going in schools over there and shooting up the place and whatever. You know what I mean? So I just, boy, you need to understand your place in society and like what level of influence you have and stuff when you're a celebrity and whatnot. And it just doesn't make it all right, or it's not all right on any level. You get me? So
it's not right. It's not right. I did say before that I've never, in my experience, seen a situation by where is spilled out onto social media so much. When everyone was talking, I'm like, nobody will know what happened there. Only the seat in the car and the air freshener hanging from the mirror really knows what happened there. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You put yourself back in there. No one. But what I do know is that UK courts frown upon people who go and talk all of the legals on social media.
Yeah, it's true.
I never understood how this is. I'm like, how is this happening? I was baffed, and that's what they've said. Put the nail in the coffin. The social media, the bullying, the kind of like energy that was being given off, and the ultimate like it's us against you type behavior that was going on. Even though you're saying at the other side of your mouth, I like you, you're still my friend, but it's a very confusing message.
Yeah.
Very confusing message. And I really feel bad for his son, because the judge was even upset. They're upset that they dragged his son through this all and whatever else, brought into court and stuff like that. But I feel sorry for him, because this little boy was sleeping in his bed, minding his own business, while grown folk are out doing whatever they're doing with Kylie Jenner and partying and arguing and doing whatever. And now this boy has to take L upon L upon L throughout his life, till even after his dad gets back.
This is the thing. People need to know what knock-on effect their actions have. I get it if you're like 16, 17, 18, you don't know shit then, yeah? Like when you're that age, you don't know nothing. You think you do, but you don't. Let's face it. But when you're a big man, big woman, you need to know like that it's not just what you do in that moment in time. What you do has a knock-on effect to everybody around you, to everybody's situation, and it could be forevermore, you know? So
For real. So that, with that said, we want to drop one of the many opinions on our people them.
You will sit down there for 23 hours in solitary confinement and think about your life. Not only Megan, what led up all the way there. Because I know you've done some stuff too. It's good for you to really sit back and think of what you've done, because you were spiraling out of control. Sad, because I would rather you there than for you to have gone out into the streets and continue with this crazy, wild, uncontrolled behavior. You don't realize you could have shot Megan. It could have been worse. It could have been worse. What are you doing with a gun? What are you doing with a gun? Now, as far as I'm concerned, he deserves the 10 years. Like I said, I would have given him 20. Absolutely. It has to stop. It has to stop. Let him go and sit down there and think of his life. Don't forget to like, to subscribe. Guys, let me know in the comments how you feel about this. And you know that some of you are gonna say, Fumi, say what? I said what I said, and I'm not going to negotiate on it. I said what I said. Serves him right. And let this be a message to others. And industry brothers, do better by your women. Do better by your sisters. Do better.
And with that, she gone. She gone.
Yeah, I've got to second that, because it does make me wonder as well, Neats, like, you know, where like just basic kind of etiquette has gone, where, you know, a man raising, let alone a man raising his hand to a woman is bad, yeah, that's terrible, that is horrendous, but much less like raising a gun and actually pulling that trigger on a woman. Like
the whole dance, shooting the floor and telling it to dance like one of them Mexican rubies, like cowboy moves from back in the day.
That's terrible,
girl. And
she's gonna have the emotional trauma of that for the rest of her life as well, you know.
Right. So that I mean, if devil's advocate, if the two girls were dragging one guy down the street by his hair or whatever it was, and whatever it is, I'd be like, what the hell is these two females doing to this one man? Either or on either side. But ultimately, that's not how it went. It didn't go that way. That's not what we saw. That's not we know that there was this dance, and then somebody's injured, and then nobody can say who it was who actually did it. But there was people there, and there was a gun there, and the person's injured.
Yeah.
Boy. And so they said, so we say in our consensus, I say the saying goes, can't we all just get along? And that's the thing, seems to be the general answer after everyone's discussed it and go on about it. But let me give you a more realistic suggestion. Like Auntie Fumi says, can't we all just do better? We just need to do better. We need to do better. So you get to do better, you get to do better, and everybody gets a blood clot do better. And class, I would like you to repeat after me. D is for do. And B is for better. Okay. Clap for yourself. Clap for yourself. Clap for yourself. Clap for yourself.
Oh, that's it.
That's right. So we're going to turn this thing around now and go to some sensibility with our quotable. It's a quotable, but it's a question in the quotable. Can you see it?
Mm-hmm.
You see it? You're going to knock it out?
Yeah, I can see it. So this quote is, if you could eliminate one thing from the world, what would it be?
Foolishness. In one word.
Foolishness. That just about sums it up, doesn't it?
Yeah, closely followed by nonsense.
Oh, I think that's kind of all wrapped up. But for me, really, on a real, what I would eliminate, if I could eliminate one thing, would be world hunger.
Yes. Oh my God, Miss. Where are you? You're from? Was it Dagenham originally?
Romford.
Sorry, babe. Sorry.
Well, I'm born in Hackney, raised in Romford, love.
And you're an East girl, right?
I'm an East girl.
You're an East girl. So you say that to represent East London in the Miss UK competition. You're saying that your wish would be to end world hunger.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's
it would.
Right. So that means that you're probably going to get through to the Miss World then competition.
So I'll tell you why. Because I remember like Live Age, in the 80s, right? When they were raising all this money for world hunger back then, like however many years ago. But world hunger, it still hasn't been solved. Like it's still a massive, huge problem. So I don't know what they're doing to eliminate it or help or whatever. But I know lots of different things go on, like charitable things and stuff. But it's a huge problem, and I just don't understand why in this modern age that we live in. Why?
Yep, and that's why I just encapsulated it into the word of foolishness, because there's no way in this world we live in that there should still be people, children, hungry.
Exactly.
It shouldn't be.
I just don't get it. And, off the back of that, like clean water, I just don't understand, like, why.
Places that are meant to be civilized and of, the Western world, there's people still with dirty water.
Exactly. And then obviously diseases spiral from that and all kinds of other complications and this and that. I mean, there's many, many things that I would eliminate, but I think the basic clean water and food,
Yeah. But we also going to be careful what we wish for, because if we say food and then they open up 15,000 McDonald's, we're going to mother too.
Well,
so we're gonna say that everybody should be able to get their hands on a healthy meal every day.
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
And a decent healthy meal, not just like gruel from Oliver Twist. A decent healthy meal.
Or even in those third world countries, have the basic tools to be able to sustain themselves and grow their food and their crops and do the farming and all of that stuff. Yeah. That is like a basic, the basic necessities. Yeah. People should not be living the way they live in some of these, like a lot of places in the world.
Right. The little boy shouldn't be coming to go down the mine to go and dig up the bits for your mobile phone.
And all that modern day slavery and all of that. No, it shouldn't.
You haven't got nothing to eat of a night time.
It should not be going on, like, just, the way people are exploited. And it's just, it's something I'm very passionate about. But yeah, that's what I'd get rid of. Like many things. There are lots of different things, but my heart really goes out to those people. So
yeah, definitely. And if you're listening out there, universe, karma still works 24 hours a day, 365. So anyone who thinks that they can go out there and be messing about and he won't catch up with you, good luck.
Exactly. Good luck.
Wow.
That's my thoughts.
That's it. And this has been an amazing rundown, and it's been so fire that I feel hot.
Well, I'm not surprised after all those crazy scenarios that we've been chatting about. Honestly, this should be like Has the World Gone Crazy Part 2, man, with all these stories that we covered. They're nuts.
No. I mean, I do want to shout out Felicia. She's at Felicia Goodas on Instagram. They're having the Family Fun Day, which I wasn't able to get down to, but every year I'm usually there supporting the thing. Somebody who's also trying to put back into the young people and pour into the young people. So if you didn't get a chance to support it this year, see if you can go around next year and maybe see if you can make a contribution or offer something that, you know, will inspire somebody, or, you know, just anything you can do, or even if you just support the team, just support it and let people see that it's not all bad out here, especially the young ones. They need to see it.
Exactly. They need to see it, babes. They need to see it. Well, on that note,
oh yeah, drop them the lyrics, babe. Drop them the lyrics for them to follow so they know what I want. And I think that we're never going to post on the same day now, because we just need to keep you on your toes.
Yeah, exactly. Come on. Press that subscribe button.
Please subscribe, like, let the algorithms bathe us with their glory. Come on.
Exactly. And share. Sharing is caring.
Yeah, sharing is caring. Subscribe on the YouTube. When the ting them drop, whatever it drops, just like it. Even if you don't watch it, just like it.
Just like it, man. Just like it, innit?
Just like it anyway, man.
Well, guys, thank you so much for tuning into this week's episode. Catch us where you can find us. Like us, link us, follow us on all the socials, Instagram, TikTok. We're on Threads and Twitter. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. We're trying to put more and more out on, you know, on all the platforms. Come on, are you a leader or a follower? Or would you rather be both? I know what I'd rather be.
I know what the side of the fat I want to be on.
And by all means, please feel free to leave us a review. Any suggestions or feedback would be fabulous. We're always all ears, you know, and waiting for those hot topics that you guys want us to chat about. And yeah, stay blessed, and we will see you at the same time, same place next week.
If I rule the world.
This song was about this.
When you destroy someone's life with lies, take it as a loan. It will come back to you with interest.
I re-up, I drop up, I go out and get it. Show them the vibe, but they still don't get it. I told them cash, go get credit. Fix your hair and nails, long girl, you gotta get it. Get deets and grab my bro, you gotta get it. I said house and line, but they still don't get it. I told her jump on top, don't stop till you get it. Yeah, juice is flying, so I keep going, hard work and merit.